Hi there, I'm Kathy Dawson. I'm a tutor at Seeds of Literacy, and today's lesson is going to be about homophones. Homophones are a subcategory of homonyms, and we went over homonyms last week, but just as a review, homonyms are words that sound alike, have different meanings. They sound alike and they're also spelled alike and they have different meanings. So a couple examples on the screen are the word rose. That can be a flower or it can be somebody who has risen. He rose from his chair. So it's spelled the same, sounds the same, different meaning. Another homonym, book and book, the actual book that you read. And if you're going to book a reservation, so same word, same sound, same spelling, but different meaning. So a category of homonyms are homophones. And they're a type of homonym that also sound alike, but these have different meanings and different spellings. So that's the distinction, is not only do they have different meanings, but they're spelled differently. So what I did was I made a list of homophones that are alphabetical mostly. For example, ad and ad. The first ad here is an advertisement in a newspaper or a magazine. And as you know from your math work, ADD is adding numbers. Another A word, this one, the third one down, aisle, aisle, and aisle. In this case, there are three of them. The aisle that you walk down, like in a church or in an airplane. Then aisle, the contraction of I will. And then isle, which is an island. So that's interesting that there are three words like that. We've got, let's see, beat and beat. Beet is B-E-A-T, like beat a rug. Beet, B-E-E-T, is the vegetable, the root vegetable, the beet. So same sound, different spelling, and different meaning. Let's go down here. Let's see, we've got poll and poll. Poll as in a flagpole, and P-O-L-L, that is like a voting poll. Okay. Here's one, fir and fir. Fir, F-I-R, is a type of tree. It's an evergreen. F-U-R is a fur, like a fur of an animal. So you're noticing, again, these are spelled differently, sound the same, and have different meanings. So they're a type of homonym. This is interesting, navel and navel. Navel as in the Navy, Naval Academy. Navel as in your belly button. Sound the same, spelled differently, different meaning. Okay. What's another good one? Peace and peace. So P-E-A-C-E is peace and calm. P-I-E-C-E is like a piece of cake. Sound the same, but different spelling, different meaning. This is kind of an easy one, but C and C. S-E-A, like the ocean. C, S-E-E, like you see with your eyes. This one, time and time. T-H-Y-M-E is an herb they use in cooking. Time, you know what time is, like time of day. Okay. This is an interesting one. This is three. Vein, vein, and vein. So vein, V-A-I-N, is like a vein in your arm. V-A-N-E is, oops, I was wrong, excuse me. Vain, V-A-I-N, is like someone who is vain, is very concerned about their looks, vanity.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, was that you, Kara? Oh, it's Lana. Hi.
Hello.
How you doing? Did you just come on? Phone's ringing here.
Probably 6-7 minutes after you started, because I just logged out of another class.
Oh, not a problem. We'll just start over. I just started, so.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I know. I understand this.
You do? Okay. Okay. So I was just talking about homophones, which are a piece of a homonym, a different category of a homonym. And I was on the words vain, vain, and vain.
Mm-hmm.
So VAIN is like when you're vain, you have vanity, you worried about what you think, what you look like. Vane, VANE, is like a weather vane on top of a house. And this vein is like the vein in your arm. So all of these words sound the same, they're spelled differently, and they have different meanings. So that's a homophone. Um, Another one that's pretty common is wood, wood. Obviously, wood is like from a tree, and then would is, a verb. So
Participate, you agree to do something.
what's that?
It's like you participated, you agree to do something. Would.
Yes,
Hmm.
exactly. Yes. So what I did was I made a little story with homophones in them, and if you can tell me where they are, I'll highlight them. As we're reading, you tell me to stop when you see two words that sound the same but are spelled differently and have different meanings.
Okay.
Okay, so why don't you go ahead and read it?
Okay. While at summer camp, Emily wrote her family a letter to tell them all that she was doing at camp. Well, I see camp twice. Um,
So those are the same. Those are
so,
the same words. Homophones sound the same, but they're spelled differently and have different meanings.
okay, so I see nothing there.
Exactly. Right.
Um, Dear family, I'm having fun at camp. I am, no, it says, I am having fun at camp. I am surrounded by animals in the woods. I see deer, squirrels, and lots of bugs. I got bit by a bug. What? I got bit by a bug called a mite, but I'm okay. It says the camp counselor said I need to shoe like that.
Yeah. Whoops, I spelled bug wrong. Bug.
Uh,
Okay. There we go.
I need to shoot the bug away when I see it.
So
We
in this paragraph, just this paragraph, do you see any homophones?
uh surrounded by animals in the woods. I see
There,
deer, squirrels, and lots of bugs. Let me see. I got bit by a bug called a mite. I'm okay. The camp counselor said I need to shoo the bug away when I see it. Oh, because bug is used in the same context, so I don't see any difference. Not saying that there isn't, I just don't see it.
so
Um,
can you go to the very first part of the letter? How does the letter start?
which one?
Uh, where it says "Dear Family," it starts with
Okay, dear family,
yeah.
says I am having fun at camp. I am surrounded by animals in the woods. I see deer, squirrels, and lots of bugs. I,
Okay, right there's a homophone. There are two words that sound the same but have different meanings and are spelled differently.
hmm.
I can help you out. So you've got deer, the animal deer, and then the deer family.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Because one is a term of endearment and the other is an animal.
exactly. They
Fighting.
sound the same, but they're spelled differently and they don't mean the same, right?
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
We spend lots of time cooking and baking, and we are learning about different herbs to use when cooking, like thyme. Since we had a bake sale today to earn money for our camp to rent a boat to learn to sail. I was
So
hiking and
I'm gonna stop you there for a second. In that last sentence, do you see anything that would
sail,
be a yep,
sail as in um, uh, distributing goods, and sail as in a boat and water.
exactly,
Okay.
exactly. Good.
I went hiking yesterday and and tripped on the trail because my shoe was untied. Might have gotten hurt worse, but I rode when I fell on the ground and was okay.
So now this is a little bit more difficult because there are a couple homophones in there, but the ones that match to them are earlier in the story.
Let's see.
I'll give you a hint. The first one's in the first paragraph.
I don't see it.
You know, okay, last sentence of the first paragraph.
Last sentence of the first paragraph says the counselor said I need to shoo the bug away when I see it. And then at the bottom of the one I just read, says I might have gotten hurt worse, but I rode when I fell on the ground and was okay.
It's in the first sentence of the one you just read.
Okay. And we had a bake sale today to earn money for camp.
So I don't know. Can you see my little arrow?
Yes.
Okay, it's in this first sentence here.
Okay, I was hiking yesterday and tripped on the trail because my shoe was untied.
Right there. So in that sentence matches a homophone in this sentence here, up here.
I honestly don't see it.
That's okay. So the camp counselor said I need to shoo the bug away. And down here, I went hiking yesterday and tripped on the trail because my shoe was untied. It's like a puzzle.
Yeah.
That's not easy to pick them out. It really
Well,
isn't.
I'll be honest. I was always horrible at puzzles, so.
Oh, that's okay. That's all right. You're pretty good at a lot of things, Lana. So, and then there's another one here. I might have gotten hurt worse, but I rolled when I fell on the ground and was okay. So might matches something up here.
Let me see.
Oh, it's in this paragraph here.
MITE.
Exactly. Yep. Very good. Okay, then this paragraph you can read here. It starts with at night.
At night we built a campfire with wood, and it would have lasted longer last night, but it rained and the rain put out the fire. We only have 3 more days of camp. I will miss it, but I am ready to come home. Okay. Campfire. Wood. Wood and wood. Wood, WOOD.
Yep.
Is part of a tree. And wood is like, it's more of an action of something you would do.
Yes, that's right. Part of a verb. Good. All right, so we're going to go through this again and just highlight it so you know for sure that all the words. So dear, whoops. Dear, oh, and dear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What was the next one?
Might. M-I-T. Uh-huh.
Yep. Might. Might. Down here. Where's my cursor? Here we go.
Mm-hmm. Shoe.
Yep. And shoe.
Sale.
Yep. And what's the other sale?
That's the bottom. SAIL.
Yep. And then what's
Wood.
that?
Wood. WOOD. And then the fourth word, wood. WOULD.
Yep. And there's one more. Has to do with baking.
Okay. Oh, that's a time. Different cooking like since we have mixed it.
Where's the I think I made a mistake here. I put in thyme, which is the herb for cooking. It's not baking, it's cooking. And then I don't know if I put the word, what would be the homophone for thyme? Sounds the same.
I only know one way to spell time though. Oh, because of the herb. The herb
Yeah.
and then TIME.
Right. And the word that's a homophone that sounds the same but is spelled differently and means a different thing. What's another word that sounds like time but is spelled differently and means something else? Oh, it is here. I apologize. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was gonna say I thought that was actually pronounced differently, like thyme, THYME. I thought that was thyme, the herb thyme.
That is, yeah, that's what this is here. But then I just found it. Here's the homophone. TIME. So those are the two words that sound the same, but are spelled differently and have different meanings. Right?
Yeah, because no, that's what I was saying. They sound different to me.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
How does, like this one here sounds, how would you pronounce that one?
We've always pronounced it as thyme, TH.
Whoa.
You know, where time you don't hear, it's like the H is silent, like you don't hear the, you know what I'm saying? It's like you don't
Right.
hear it.
So you pronounced it with the H. Let's look it up. Let's see what they say here. I hope this isn't going to cut us off. Well, let me do this. File, new window. Let's see what they say. Time. So that's what they say. But if it's a family tradition, far be it from me to break it up.
But even the way that they spelt it, even to enunciate it, it still says something different, even though they're verbalizing it to say the same as time, but that's really not what that says. But okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's no big deal. So you're saying you pronounce it thyme, like
Yes.
thumb? Yeah. I don't think so. We could ask Kara. She could be the deciding factor. Are you still there, Kara? Because I want to leave you with the right information.
I'm here. Yeah. So I was listening. I have only ever heard it pronounced as time. I haven't heard the thyme. It makes sense though, because when we see that TH together, we want the sound. But in this case, I've only ever heard it as time, but I could be wrong. I think, though, that they are placing less emphasis on that H. So it's not the sound that we often hear.
Yeah.
That's just my understanding. So.
But if that's how you say it in your family when you're cooking, you go
Well,
for it.
Not just that, just even in school, we were always taught to say it differently. We were never
Yeah.
taught that way.
Oh.
But I mean, you know, just they say tomato, tomato. You know, I guess it just depends.
Yeah. Some people say what's oh, now I don't know what I'm saying. There's another word.
Well, potato,
Well,
potato, or
my father used to say wash. He had an R in wash. He said, I'm gonna
oh,
wash. You know, it's no biggie, but it's something to think about. Well, you have a good rest of the weekend. I'll be back next week. I hope to see you.
we'll
I'm
see.
glad you're feeling better.
I'm glad too. I'm glad